We already said good evening. We already had rearranged our schedule and plans for tonight with regards to the lecture and introductions, meals. So now when our precious guest has arrived, allow me in a few words to say about him. By accepting this invitation and seeing the title of our encounter tonight, questions about metaphysics and faith by Christos Yannaras, you already seen the basic information, and some of you already know that it's about such an important personality of our time, somebody who is very, very dear and I believe contributes to our common and facing the problems that are surrounding us, be it the ecological crisis or our understanding of the confusion of our postmodern times, or other issues that are so difficult to resolve without a wise man. A tradition that is, I believe, still part of our understanding how we deal with reality. So Christos Yannaras is such a man, such a teacher, daskalos, its origin, meaning of the word. Many important people of our time expressed their admiration for his theological, philosophical, sociological inputs and contributions to Greek society, to Orthodoxy, to Pan-Orthodoxy, to Christianity, and to all, I believe, our current society. What I can still say is that Professor Yannaras was our guest for 2 weeks, previous weeks, when he visited Washington, Chicago, Southern California, visited even the woods, the forests of Platina, came down through the Wildwood and Sacramento, visited the capital city of our state, and is still with us tonight. After that, he'll be probably heading to New York or to Eugene, Oregon. Still unknown. Anyways, I think that everyone is pretty much anxious to hear and listen to you, Christos. Welcome at the Berkeley, at your patriarchal Athenagoras Institute, with the blessing of its director, Metropolitan Nikitas, and hosted by two important societies or associations, the Hellenic and the Serbian one. Please join me in welcoming Professor Yannaras. My first excuse is about the late arrival due to the severe traffic, 2 hours and half something from the point of departure to here. And secondly, I ask you forgiveness because I don't speak English fluently. I'm adding this. Professor will intervene during this, allow me to say this, translation, because he's just not handling it with easiness, but he will cook it. And the third point, I'll be very open and direct.
Σήμερα όταν λέμε μεταφυσική και πίστη, εννοούμε κάτι διαφορετικό από την ιδεολογία.
When we say today metaphysics and faith, do we mean or think about something different than ideology? This is his question to all of you, very straightforward.
Would you repeat the question, please?
When we speak today about metaphysics and faith, do we mean something other than ideology or solely something ideological?
Ένας σπουδαίος θεολόγος και στοχαστής της εποχής μας, ο Μητροπολίτης Περγάμου Ιωάννης,
An important thinker and theologian of our times, Metropolitan John, Pergamon,
έχει πει ότι σήμερα έχουμε υποκαταστήσει την οντολογία από την ψυχολογία.
has said that today the ontology is replaced by psychology in our discourse.
Δεν μας απασχολεί πραγματικά το ερώτημα τι είναι η
Sadly,
ύπαρξη
we're
ενός
not
πράγματος.
interested or concerned about the question what really is, truly is,
Τι θα πει να υπάρχει κάτι ή να μην υπάρχει.
or what does it mean that something exists or it doesn't exist.
Αντί να ζητάμε απάντηση σε αυτό το ερώτημα,
Instead of questing or searching for an answer to these questions,
δημιουργούμε μια πεποίθηση στην οποία επενδύουμε ψυχολογικές ανάγκες.
we are creating a sort of conviction in which we invest our own psychological needs.
Και έτσι υποκαθιστούμε πράγματι
And that's how we substitute
πραγματικότητα
really indeed
από
in reality
ψυχολογικές επενδύσεις.
with the psychological invests.
Αλλά έχω δίκιο σε αυτό, θέλετε να...
Am I right, or would you correct me?
Έκανα την ερώτηση για να ξεκινήσουμε.
This question is just to encourage us to begin our discussion, because it's meant to be a discussion.
Ας προσθέσω κάτι ακόμα.
Let me add something else.
Νομίζω ότι σήμερα όταν λέμε τη λέξη πίστη,
Also, when we today say the word faith, pistis,
νομίζω, κρίνω σωστά, ότι το συντριπτικά μεγαλύτερο μέρος των
if I'm
ανθρώπων
not wrong, I believe that the great majority of people
καταλαβαίνει ότι η πίστη σημαίνει πεποιθήσεις ατομικές.
understands, assumes that faith is about individual, very good, individual πεποιθήσεις, convictions.
Πεποιθήσεις.
So
Ενώ η λέξη πίστη στην πρώτη
So convictions,
σημασία
but the word faith in its initial meaning doesn't refer to
σημαίνει εμπιστοσύνη.
that, but to the trust.
Πιστεύω σημαίνει εμπιστεύω.
When I believe, that means that I trust. I am have confidence in someone.
Και η εμπιστοσύνη επομένως
Therefore, trust
σημαίνει σχέση.
means a relationship.
Για να εμπιστευτώ κάποιον πρέπει να
If
τον γνωρίζω.
I trust somebody, I have to know him.
Πρέπει να έχω μια σχέση
I have
μαζί
to
του.
establish a communication with him.
Ευτυχώς αυτή η σημασία της πίστης
Fortunately, this meaning of faith
λειτουργεί ακόμα στην αγορά.
is still functioning on the market.
Λέμε αυτός έχει πίστη στην αγορά.
We say somebody has
Credit.
credit in the market. I mean,
Αυτό σημαίνει ότι το ξέρει η αγορά
that means that the market or people from market know this person,
και επειδή τον ξέρει τον εμπιστεύεται.
and because they know him, they have trust in him. They trust him.
Καταλαβαίνετε ότι μια τέτοια αντίληψη για την πίστη
So do you understand that such assumption of the word faith
βρίσκεται στους αντίποδες
today is the opposite
της έννοιας της ομολογίας που έχουμε σήμερα για να διαφοροποιούμε τους
of the
χριστιανούς.
concept of confession, or as we today have it related to faith as confession, confessionalism.
Το να ανήκω σε μια confession
So to belong to a certain confession
προϋποθέτει ότι έχω επιλέξει
presupposes that
ατομικά
I individually have chosen
όπως επιλέγω το κόμμα που ψηφίζω,
as I
την εφημερίδα που
choose
διαβάζω.
or elect the party that I trust or the newspaper that I read.
Έτσι επιλέγω και τις μεταφυσικές μου πεποιθήσεις.
That's how I choose my metaphysical convictions.
Σε έναν πολιτισμό ατομοκεντρικών
So,
επιλογών
in a culture of the individual choices,
είναι απολύτως φυσικό να υπάρχει αυτό το πλήθος
it is absolutely natural to have this plethora
των εκκλησιών που βλέπει κανείς
of
στις Ηνωμένες
churches
Πολιτείες.
that we encounter in the United States.
Ατέλειωτος αριθμός.
Endless number.
Και η κάθε μια έχει το όνομα εκκλησία.
And each one of them has the name church.
Οπότε το ερώτημα που τίθεται νομίζω με οξύτητα
So the question that that emerges with acuteness, yes,
στην αμερικανική κοινωνία
in the American society,
είναι εάν η μεταφυσική
the question is whether metaphysics
ταυτίζεται με την
is
ιδεολογία,
identified with ideology.
τότε κατά τι μπορεί να διαφοροποιηθεί
If that is the case, then how can it be different
ό,τι ονομάζουμε στη φιλοσοφία
from what we call
νόημα της
in
πραγματικότητας.
philosophy what we call the meaning of reality?
Θυμάστε την περίφημη φράση του Wittgenstein,
Can you remember? Do you remember the famous phrase from Wittgenstein?
το νόημα του κόσμου πρέπει να βρίσκεται έξω από τον κόσμο.
The meaning of the world must be outside of the world.
Εάν το νόημα του κόσμου βρισκόταν μέσα στον
If the
κόσμο,
meaning of the world is to be found within the world,
θα είχε τη σχετικότητα του συμπτώματος.
then it would have the relativity of an accidental.
Επομένως δεν θα ήταν το νόημα.
Then